So today I want to have a little conversation about ESAs and also 529 college plans and hopefully get your advice so that you can help me. What's up guys and welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Brad. I make videos with tips and motivation on how to get out of debt, how to stay positive, and achieve financial freedom. If you think that's something that might make your life better or you want to follow along, consider subscribing and hit that bell notification so you get told every single time I release a video or go live. Today's one of those nice relaxed videos where I want to sit down and have a conversation with you. I really need your help because I know that there's people out there that have a little more knowledge on the subject than me. I want to go through and tell you exactly what I've read, what I've learned, and I want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong and share any experiences that you might have had as well. So when I first started my debt-free journey, I knew that at some point with my daughter, I was going to have to start saving money for college. And now, with my second one on the way, I know that this is going to become more of an increasing responsibility in my life. So I started to do my research, and I can't say that I'm exactly happy with what I found out. So there were two things that I really read about. One was an ESA, an educational savings account, and one was a 529 college savings plan. Now I just want to talk briefly about the ESA and then we can move past it. First and foremost, it doesn't seem great at all. I mean, its maximum contribution is $2,000 a year. So even if you save from birth, that means when they get to 18, you really only have maybe 36 to 40 something thousand in there, which will get you 1 year of a private school or maybe a couple semesters, but it's not really that great. And then even worse, and the reason why I don't really need to talk about it, but I wanted to let you know about it, they have income limits, which limit what you can contribute if you have a certain income. Well, my wife and I are over that income threshold, so I'm not even eligible for an ESA. So even if I wanted to take that option, I couldn't use it. So with an ESA, I got rid of it. So the next thing I had to look into was a 529 plan. And to be honest, I looked for the pros of these plans, and there were a couple pros that I found. Number one was that you could contribute a lot of money to these 529 plans. They are state run, so it really depends on your state. You have to look into it, and there might be some other incentives statewide. But you can sometimes put in $200,000-$300,000 into these 529 plans. Another pro for the 529 is that other people like family members, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they could contribute to this 529 plan as well. So say Avery had a Holy Communion or a first birthday and my in-laws wanted to give her money towards college. They wouldn't have to give me the check to do what I wanted with it. They could put money right into the 529 plan and that would be there. Other than that, those were the only pros. It's not tax deferred, meaning you contribute with post-tax dollars, and compared to other things, I just found it to be very restrictive. One of the major cons I saw that this is a true, if you do not use it, you lose it situation. If you contribute money to a 529 and your child does not go to college, to get that money back, you have to pay a 10% penalty. They have to use it for school. Now granted, if your first kid doesn't go to school, you can roll it to your second kid. But once again, if your kids have an entrepreneurial spirit, or they want to open their own business, or they want to go into the military and not go to school, you are going to have to pay 10% to get that money out. That for me, that's no bueno. I don't want to assume that my kids are going to have to go to college or even want to. So that was a major con for me. The next con for the 529 plan is what you can actually invest in inside of these plans. They were limited. The fees were pretty high compared to other options that you might have. And it really didn't give you the freedom and flexibility to know what you were doing with your money and how that money was working for you. And the last con that I found was just the time frame. When we're doing long-term investing, we're thinking 20 plus years, right? We want to take advantage of compound interest. We want money to work for us. But with that 18-year period, and that's if you start at birth. So if you're starting your plan at 7 or 10 years old, you're not looking at enough time where compound interest can really take a foothold and give you the benefits that you truly deserve. Then there are the horror stories that I've heard, and one really is close to my home and family. I have a neighbor, and their daughter got a really, really nice scholarship opportunity and offer for her to go to college. And they'd been saving a 529 plan for her whole life. Now, the scholarship wasn't going to cover all of her expenses, and the 529 there was going to assist along with some federal aid. But when federal aid found out how much money they had in the 529, and when the school found out that they had money saved for a 529, they took away her scholarship and lowered her federal aid. So essentially, her parents, my neighbors, were penalized for trying to do the right thing and save through one of these plans. It scares the heck out of me. I don't want them to lose opportunities because I saved. She could have got a really nice scholarship. And if they would have had their money invested somewhere else, they might still be able to have that money and get the scholarship. It's crazy. I want to know from you. Have you had good experiences with the 529? I'm open to suggestions. I'm just telling you the things I've learned. And if you're thinking about them, these are the things you need to be cautious about. Lastly, you'd be thinking to yourself, okay, Brad, well, what's the alternative? And here's the alternative that I seem to have done the research to figure out, and you can let me know. I just figure that if I start saving in a low-cost index fund for Avery and for my son in a Roth IRA, granted the contributions are lower, but between a Roth IRA and a brokerage account where I can put index funds in that as well, I can use that as my college savings account. And instead of saving for college, I could just save for life. I could just do the right thing with money at my savings rate and invest as much as I can over time. And then when my kids get to college age, then I could use the money to help them open a business, help them go to trade school, help them take a gap year if they want, or help them pay for college. So I can just use a Roth IRA, which from what I read has the same exact tax benefit as a 529, or a brokerage account where I could put ETFs and I could put mutual funds into those. Why not just save that way? Why not just incorporate it into my lifelong saving plan of reaching FI? I don't know. I need you guys on this one because, like I said, I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing for my kids. That's part of the reason why I started this debt-free journey. It's all for them. So if you know something that I missed with the 529 and why I should be doing it, or if you've heard similar bad stories and we need to warn people about this and let them know that they can do this on their own, please leave in the comment section below. As always, guys, I want this to be a forum for us to learn and discuss so that we can grow together and get better together. Until I see you on the next one, guys, stay positive, work really, really hard, always be kind to others. I hope you have an amazing day and a better tomorrow. Have a good weekend, guys.